This means I invite you to come into a seated position so that you can feel comfortable at the beginning of class, and feel free to use something for support. And first feel that you can really arrive well, and that you maybe want to center yourself a tad and to ascend with your breath so that you can really expand with your inhale the chest and the shoulders, and with an exhale maybe to find a good grounding through the pelvis while heart stays open. And then maybe very gently close your eyes, and to really find this movement within your body in a slow manner so that you can unfold and ground at the same time. And do this quietly for 3 long deep breaths. I invite you to really use your own breath rhythm and to feel if your body still needs to move, what movements want to come spontaneously, and to allow the body to complete them. And then with the next inhale, allow both hands to ascend. And with an exhale, reunite your palms in front of the heart. Still see if your shoulders or your neck wants to move so you feel comfortable. Or just maybe you want to express yourself. And then with an inhale, place your hands to your forehead. And with an exhale, bow down to your own life energy, to your own heart's intelligence, your guidance that comes through the heart. Just find a level that's comfortable for your lower back. And then as you do this, find that you can release for a moment or two, that you can shift side to side, the head may release, and that we're reminding ourselves of 2 aspects. First one is that we always are allowed to take some space and some time to find our breath. And the second one is that maybe we can be playful. This really aids us with our creative energy, allows the shoulders to roll back one more time, let the head drop, the neck is released, and then slowly from center, allow yourself to rise with an inhale, and with an exhale we meet here. And let's start our class. So let's do a little bit of a ritual for a common reset. So with an inhale, lift your arms to the side. And with an exhale, really feel that the shoulders can drop, the head is free. And we're starting with our right hand. So I'm not mirroring you. So with an inhale, we're gliding with our hand and arm over the horizon. With an exhale, we are bringing our hand overhead, and it's really allowed to take something from the backside of our head. Then with an inhale, the right arm may come out to the side. We are becoming receptive. And with an exhale, bring both hands to your heart. And slowly, with an inhale, start crossing your wrists so we have a frame for our heart. And with an exhale, allow this frame to sink right and left to your heart. Inhale here. The neck is still free. And with an exhale, we're allowing our forehead, our anew, to really bow to our heart. And we're breathing here, keeping the space, arriving on the floor, grounding 1. Very slow, deep breaths 2. Very good. And then from here, if you found and felt the connection, lift your heart with an inhale, and both arms may slowly ascend towards the ceiling or the sky. You can keep your wrists crossed, and then with an exhale, allow the elbows pointing forward to bend, and we're arriving in Jaya Mudra with crossed wrists. It's like an energetical short circuit for our fresh start. And with an inhale, we're straightening our arms, maybe looking up. And with an exhale, both arms are allowed to glide through space. If you need to take another breath, just feel free to do so, and feel that there are like soft clouds underneath your arms so they can really release and you can grow as there's a lot of space underneath your arms. And once the hands arrive next to you on the floor, inhale one more time. And with an exhale, just seal up your lower belly, keeping the energy in Hara, sealing Uddiyana. With an inhale, lift both arms up. Our palms are soft. We're exhaling. With the next inhale, the left arm starts to circle. Again, I'm not mirroring you. With an exhale, shoulders dropped. Allow something to be wiped away from the back of your head. Inhale. Both arms lift again. We're lifting our heart. And with an exhale, we're finding again this framing of the heart and finding the energy between our palms. We can inhale one more time, and with an exhale, find this crossing of your wrists. Maybe the other hand is in front. And then inhale one more time, and with an exhale, find the framing for your heart. Inhale, find your neck free. And with an exhale, feel the shoulders still grounded, and let your head and forehead drop to your heart. We're listening, keeping the space for 2 breaths. 1. Very good. Last one. 2. And from this new frame for our hearts, maybe with a flexible head, flexible thinking, allow yourselves to come back up. With an inhale, you can lift your head as your arms go up. And then with an exhale, allow both hands slowly to drop as the elbows bend. And we come into Jaya Mudra, still feeling our solid grounding to the earth. Very good. Elbows have a width that's comfortable for you, and you can still find your lower belly. With an inhale, we let the arms to allow to come up, and with an exhale, they're gliding on soft clouds with a lot of space between our torso and the lower end of our arms to the floor. Very good. Feel the growing and the lift up. And slowly, with an inhale, return with your hands to your heart. And with an exhale, allow them to go, move forward. And we're coming onto hands and knees with an inhale. And with an exhale, arriving in Balasana Child's Pose. Again, feel the ground, feel that you're arriving, that you can move. Super. And we're breathing for 2, 1. And 2. And then from here, again, find that your shoulders are firmly grounded from your center. Come up with an inhale onto hands and knees. And with an next exhale, just feel that you have really solid grounding through the palms of your hands, through Hasta Bandha, through your legs. Going into a soft activation for the spine into cat-cow. With an inhale, rerounding the spine, navel draws the spine. And with an exhale, the pelvis drops forward, the shoulders stay firmly grounded, and the neck is released. We're doing this one more time. So with an inhale, we can really, for our new beginning, our fresh beginning, open up all the spaces in the spine. And with an exhale, we're opening the front of the spine. Sternum lifts. We're coming back up with an inhale. Long straight back. And with an exhale, allow the shoulders to ground. And slowly Pivot on your right knee, right shin, parallel to the front edge of the mat, so that you're standing facing me on the side. And the left leg is straight out with the outer edge of your foot firmly grounded, and we're going into Bharangasana. The right hand is still on the floor underneath your shoulder. You feel free to be on the tip of your fingers and to really feel that you're active throughout your hand, your right shoulder. The tailbone draws to the left heel and the left arm comes up. Find that the shoulders are grounded, the rhomboids engaged. And then slowly with an inhale, allow the left leg to lift parallel to the floor. Exhale. Find the grounding and the stability through the core activation. Stay in Uddiyana Bandha. The ribs are drawn together and we're breathing here for 3. And if you know you can, maybe you want to reach back with your left upper arm and take a hold of your left ankle or foot. For Chapasana in a kneeling position, we're breathing for 3 and we're at 3. And then from your center, slowly allow the arm and the leg to come apart again if you were in Chapasana. And with an exhale, we're meeting here as the left foot sets down. And we're pivoting again on our right knee, returning onto hands and knees. Inhale here. And coming with an exhale into cat cow. So as we inhale, the tailbone lifts towards the sky. And with an exhale, Uddiyana Bandha engaged, we're rounding our spine, drawing to center. Inhale, allow the front to open, shoulders firmly engaged, drawn to the pelvis. And with an exhale, come into the C curve. Allow the neck to be released. Come into a neutral position, finding yourself in your lower belly. And with an exhale, find again that you're grounding, that you can setting the hands so your foundation is solid, and we're pivoting on our left knee. And the left hand can just wander back, so we have this really nice pillow for our body here, shoulder on top of your left wrist and hand. Find the tailbone heel connection with your right leg. And then slowly with an inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, come again into your center, activating Uddiyana. And then lifting the right leg off the floor. See if you want to stay here, or maybe you want to go into Chapasana, bending the right knee. And the right hand comes onto your right ankle. See if in this back bend here, your ribs are still engaged and you're protecting the front line. And we're breathing for 2, 1, 2, and 3. And then from here, find center again. Again, lifting the right arm, straightening the right leg. And with an exhale, we're putting the right hand down, the left hand down. The right knee comes to the floor. And we're moving, feet flexed, with an exhale into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Find both feet firmly grounded, allow the knees to bend, the pelvis to empty, and start to pulse here for spinal activation. With an inhale, the back may round. With an exhale, feel that you're pushing your hands away for you. The shoulders are firmly grounded still, carrying all the weight of the body, or half of the weight of the body. And we're pulsing. We're here at 2. Allow really the pelvic bowl to empty fully. Last time we're inhaling, rounding. And with an exhaling, we'll find with this long, straight spine. Very good. Anchor yourself at center. Let the head be fully relaxed. And then through the push of your feet, come with an inhale forward into plank. Exhale, allow the pelvis to tilt with the tailbone towards your heels. Keep the shoulders anchored. Inhale here. And with an exhale, set the knees down. Allow the feet to touch the floor. Allow the tip of your shoulder blades to really ground. Inhale, lifting the heart. And with an exhale, we're just bending the elbows and slowly shoulders and pelvis to the floor at the same time, coming to the floor. As soon as you hear, allow the shoulders to roll back, the elbows to draw back towards your heel. And from the core, from the heart, lift with an inhale your upper body for cobra. Neck is super free. Exhale from the lower belly. Draw your heart away from it as you descend back onto the floor. Allow the pelvis to tilt, tailbone to heels. Inhale, come up. And with an exhale, super return into downward dog. Find yourself in your body here again. The arms are really straightened. And the knees are bent. And we're pulsing with the breath here very slow for 3, 1. Very slow, deliberate movements 2 to free up the spinal cord. And 3. Very good. And then let's start with the left leg today. So the right leg may come to the center of your mat, and with an inhale, we're lifting the left leg up. Really feel this activation through Pada Bandha, your sole of your foot. Exhale, anchor into your shoulders, anchor them towards the pelvis to really have this shoulder-pelvis connection. We're opening the left hip, inhaling here, shoulders still square, and with an exhale, find that you can bend your left knee. The left heel drops towards your right seat from the lower back belly. With the next exhale, straightening your left leg. Inhale here, finding yourself grounded yet in space. And with an exhale, draw the left knee to your chest. The shoulders are still anchored. If you're tired, just allow your left knee to come to the floor and relax for a moment. Otherwise, bring your left foot on the outer edge to your right. Allow the right heel to drop. And with an inhale, we're allowing the right arm to ascend to the sky. Exhaling here, keeping the shoulder blades activated, the latissimusi activated. Allow the right heel to come back up with an inhale towards the floor. Maybe we're meeting here with an exhale. And we're just releasing our knees on the floor and coming into a wrist stretch here. The shoulders are still firmly anchored. The head can release fully. And we can move side to side to release the lower back, to release different portions of our forearms as we breathe for 1 and 2. Very good. Again, center yourself, activating Uddiyana, navel to spine, and with a slow push, come back up, releasing the hands, palms on the floor, and then slowly, with an inhale, straighten one leg, exhale, straighten the other leg, and come back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. We're lifting the right leg with an inhale, back up towards the ceiling, toes pointing towards the floor. With an exhale, we're really focusing on the squaring of our shoulders, as with an inhale, we're opening the right front side of our pelvis. And with an exhale, as our sit bones kiss, we're allowing our right knee to bend, the right heel drops towards our left buttock. And we're really trying to keep the left foot released as we breathe. With the next inhale, straighten the right leg back up to the floor. Exhale, drawing knee to chest, anchoring the shoulders. Maybe you want to release the knee on the floor, wait here when you're tired. But if you can, maybe you want to bring your right foot to the left outer edge of your foot on the floor. Then with an exhale, the left heel may come to the floor, and from your center, lift with an inhale, very firmly grounded through the right arm, your left arm up to the floor. And we're breathing, finding this radiation. Inhale here, and with an exhale, come back to the floor. From Uddiyana Bandha, lifting the right leg, putting the right knee on the floor, meeting probably here, left knee next to right. And we're coming into Balasana, releasing and breathing. 3 long deep breaths. 1. How is your back? 2. And 3. Very good. Again, find yourself in your creative center. Find your connection to the floor, your focus. And we're trying to keep this in our body as stabilization as we're moving. So anchor your shoulders back, come back with an inhale onto hands and knees. And with an exhale, come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. We're moving for 3 long deep breaths. 1. Super. 2. Keep the ribs closed in front as you would do in Pilates. 3. Very good. And then slowly arrive at center. Feet and legs hip width apart. With an inhale, slowly lift the left leg up to the sky, hips parallel, open your choice. Exhale, knee to chest, and we're stepping forward. If it doesn't work in one go, just allow the left hand to aid you to make the step. And then here, find both hands on the floor, shoulders grounded, navel active, straightening the right leg with an inhale, and with an exhale, drawing navel to spine, rounding the spine, and with an inhale, extend the spine, lifting the sternum forward. We're inhaling, rounding through center, widening the heart space, and then with an exhale, find again the long, straight spine. Last time, inhale, round. Exhale, finding the isolation, and then straight spine from this. Very good. From here, set the right hand down, inhale, and then with an exhale, allow the right leg to pivot onto the outer edge of your right foot and step with your left leg forward. We're coming into Asana and we're having 3 points of contact. It's our right hand, our left foot on the floor, and our right leg straight on the outer edge. From this 3-point stance from center, lift with the inhale your left arm, and with an exhale, come forward and dive down into Asana, still making sure that your right adductor is really active. Inhaling here, and exhale, radiate from center as you dive in front of your left shin with your left arm. Last time, inhale and exhale. Super. Sternum lifts from the navel. Inhale, come up one more time. And with an exhale, allow the left hand to return to the floor, freeing up your left leg and stepping back and arriving in Balasana. Allow the forehead to come to the floor. Allow the shoulders to round back. If you want to, just release the lower arms off the floor, mobilizing your wrists, your hands, and we're breathing for 3, 1, 2, and 3. Awesome. Find again your center in the lower belly. Movement can cease. We're anchoring the shoulders. And from our center in the body, we're slowly coming back up with an inhale on hands and knees. And with an exhale into the downward dog. And we're moving for 3 long deep breaths. 1. Feel the shoulders firmly grounded. 2. Find the ribs. 3. Awesome. Then from here, find yourself in your creative center again, anchor there. And with an inhale, the right leg may rise, hips parallel or open, your choice. Exhale, drawing the right knee to the chest and making the forward step. Arrive here, knee over ankle, anchor the shoulders, Allow that the legs are really spread in opposition. Inhale, round, finding your navel center. And with an exhale, waving the spine, coming into this soft wave where the body can unfold naturally. We're doing this 2 more times. Inhale, we're rounding. Exhale, find the opposition between the right knee pushing forward, the left hip pushing back. Last time, inhale, round. Exhale, spread into opposition, finding center. And here then from this strong center, begin to move as the left hand touches the floor. We're inhaling. And with an exhaling, we are pivoting with the left shoulder directly over our left wrist onto the outer edge of our left foot as the right leg steps to the side into Parshva-Asana. You really want to feel that you have this 3-point stance as you hold this position here. And the left adductor is really, or the left adductors are really active here. And then with an inhale, lift your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, allow that you're moving forward with your right arm in front of your right shin. Inhale, lifting the right arm to the sky, and with an exhale from your center, working through a 3-point stance, dive with your right arm in front of the right shin in Parshva-Asana. And then slowly release the pose. Right knee comes to the floor, left knee follows. And we're coming and arriving in Balasana, child's pose. Release your hands. Shoulders are firmly anchored. And we're breathing for 3. 1. 2. Feel the fire of transformation. Whenever we have to adapt quickly, we need this fire for clarity, center, movement. And then stay here with this consciousness of calmness as you move through the fire, as probably your movement from center gets strenuous. See if you can gather power at center and breathe for 2. And we're staying calm but powerful as we're taking this with us when we come back up with an inhale on hands and knees, and with an exhale into the downward dog. Find yourself arriving. Find that your heels may pivot from the left to the right. Maybe the knees are bending. And our shoulders and our arms and hands allow for support as we move from center. And then as we have moved freely here in Sahaja movements, allow that we meet at center again, that we can really empty out the pelvic pole. And we're going into a vinyasa here. See if you can stay at center. With an inhale, come forward into plank, shoulders over hands. With an exhale, descend down, knees on the floor, into Chaturanga. Shoulders fall back, and we come up with an inhale into Cobra. Keep the base of the neck long and extended. And with an exhale, drawing the heart away from the navel, come back down onto the floor. We're pushing up with an inhale, strong center onto hands and knees. And with an exhale, we're meeting downward dog. Super. Find the shoulders stabilized, the ribs closed, so you have really this strong, elongated front line in your body. And then find your neutral Adho Mukha Svanasana. With an inhale, we come forward and we're going into fluid motion, knee rolls. As we exhale, we're pushing back, straightening the legs. With an inhale, come into a plank, bending your knees, shins parallel to the floor. Exhale, push back into downward dog. Last time, inhale, come forward. Exhale, releasing the lower back. Really allow the pelvis to tilt. And then we're starting with the right leg. With an inhale, lifting the right leg. Exhale, knee to chest, stepping forward. From here, inhale, lifting up halfway, shoulders grounded. Exhale, left heel drops, and we're in Vira stand. Sit bones drawing together, and from strong external rotators come up with an inhale, and with an exhale, finding Virabhadrasana 2, twisting the torso to the side, tailbone to the floor, and find that you're really opening your groins here as you pulse. The outside of your right knee and your left heel are drawing away from each other. No knee pain. And with an inhale, the right arm may circle overhead. With an exhale, find again that you're pushing or drawing something away from the backside of your head. We're arriving in Vira 2 with an inhale. With an exhale, we're going into framing the heart. The wrists are crossed, the right wrist is in front of the left. We're inhaling. With an exhale, allow the forehead to bow to your heart. With an inhale, lifting the arms, wrists still crossed. With an exhale, come into Jaya Mudra as we did in the beginning. Elbows are bending, hands drop beside the head. We're inhaling one more time. And with an exhale, coming down. And we're stepping back with the right leg with an inhale. And arriving with an exhale, knees to the floor. And come into Balasana. Maybe you want to have the knees further apart. Releasing the arms, releasing the hands. Finding the wave through the spine for 1. Feel the floor. 2. Find maybe focus where you want to use this power of Virabhadrasana. 3. And maybe the head doesn't need to lead. Maybe it can be your physical center or the backside of the heart as you rise with an inhale onto hands and knees. With an exhale, allow that the hands walk back so you have a really solid foundation. Lifting the knees from center with an inhale, and with an exhale, pushing back into downward dog. Find your shoulders super stable. And start to wave the heart. Drawing to center with an inhale. With an exhale, pushing the hands and the arms forward. Finding the long spine. 2 more times. 1. Last time. Rounding with an inhale. Exhale, extending the spine. And then we're going into Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. So with an inhale, allow the left leg to rise. And with an exhale, drawing knee to center, making the step forward consciously. And if it doesn't work in one way, help yourself with your left hand. Inhale, both hands framing the left foot. Extend the spine. Exhale, dropping the right heel, grounding the outer edge of your right foot. Sit bones draw together. And then with an inhale, can the right arm come up and lift you up off the floor. And with an exhale, finding tailbone to the floor, sit bones drawing together, pelvis upright as the arms draw apart. And we try to sink deeper. Maybe the front thigh can come parallel to the floor. And we are leading with the left front arm as with an inhale, we're caressing the horizon. With an exhale, we're wiping something away from the backside of our skull, the lower brain. Inhale, we can again extend the arms far out. And with an exhale, framing the heart. Probably the left wrist is in front of your right. Shoulders can drop. We're inhaling here. Try to really lift off the floor, and with an exhale, creating this frame for your heart. and your forehead can unite with your heart as the head goes into a slight Jalandhara with an inhale, lifting the gaze, lifting the arms, and with an exhale, bending the elbows. Hands drop behind your head as we come into Jaya Mudra. Inhale, lifting the arms, straighten them, maybe look onto your hands, and with an exhale, setting the hands down onto the floor, drawing the back right heel up, and we're stepping back into downward dog. Releasing the pose, keeping Uddiyana, keeping the energy, storing it at Hara. And find 3 long deep breaths here again. 1, 2. See what really feels nice and comfortable right now. Maybe you want to release the hands. 3, 4. We're going for 5. Really feel that you can release the whole torso, all of your chest. And 5. Super. And then feel if you can ground again in your intuitive center around the navel. Head is completely released. And we're coming forward with an inhale onto hands and knees. And with an exhale, we're pushing back into downward dog. We're finding again the power in our arms and how we're making contact to the floor and flowing back to center, releasing the spine with the core waves as we're coming forward with an inhale into plank. With an exhale, the knees can bend and we're circling, keeping the lower back straight and supported through Dhyana as we arrive in Adho Mukha Svanasana. We're doing this 2 more times. With an inhale, we come forward, really fluid. Second, downward dog, last time, inhaling and exhaling, coming back here. Feel the unfolding as you arrive in downward dog, straightening your arms, inhaling. And with an exhale, slowly walk your feet forward. See if you can feel that you're moving in the rhythm of your breath. And as the hands come in front of your feet or beside your feet in Uttanasana, feel this elongation of the front line as you lift up halfway with an inhale. And with an exhale, see this folding forward and down, keeping the front line elongated, the shoulders anchored to your pelvis as you dive down. Maybe both arms come over the side as we inhale, and with an exhale, we come up with a straight back, arriving at Tadasana standing. Feel into your chest, into your shoulders, and feel the balance between the front side of your shoulders, the collarbones, and a slight activation of the back of your shoulder girdle and rotator cuff. The activation between your shoulder blades, just so slightly so you can create the space for breathing. 1. Head is free. Super. 2. Really slow, deep breathing. And then from here, as the connection gets a little bit sloppy, I want you to listen to my voice. We're going into Garudasana right over left. So I really want you to find the core. And then from here, the grounding towards the floor. And with an inhale, slowly lifting your right knee bend. Leg comes up towards the ceiling. And with an exhale, come into Garudasana, putting your right knee over your left. And sinking down as you would sitting into a bar stool. With an inhale, lifting both arms up to the sky. Exhale, keeping the arms parallel to the floor, and we're going into this circling movement we did at the beginning and also in Virabhadrasana too. So with an inhale, allow the left arm to circle, to caress the horizon in front of you. With an exhale, feel that you're again removing something you don't need anymore from the backside of your head, bringing the left arm again forward. Inhaling here, and with an exhale, we're framing the heart, bending our forehead to our heart. And then with an inhale, slowly lifting the arms, lifting the gaze. Exhale, straightening the left leg, releasing the right one. And as you step together and the arms come back down towards the floor, feel this growing action happening as you use your feet, pushing into the floor. And feel as you shift here to release your legs, maybe that you can still stay at center and gathering all your focus as we breathe for 2. Maybe it's also a release with an exhale, 3. And then let's shift and go to the other side. So from our lower belly, from Uddiyana Bandha, navel to spine, we're lifting our left leg up, inhaling. Groin stays released, and with an exhale, putting your left knee over your right one for Garudasana. Feel free to go into a variation where your ankle touches your knee. With an inhale, come into this Karate Kid movement as both arms lift parallel to the floor. Exhale, finding the shoulders anchored to pelvis again. We're starting with the right arm. With an inhale, big wide circle. With an exhale, hand draws something away from our back side of the head, arriving into acceptance. Inhale. And with an exhale, we're framing the heart, sinking down. Awesome. With an inhale, slowly allow your forehead to bow to your heart. And then from here, straightening the right leg, bringing the arms up with an inhale. And with an exhale, stepping with the left leg to the right, the arms fall down gracefully towards the floor. And you're feeling this lifting action throughout your torso, throughout your legs. Lifting the sternum, and we're breathing for 3. Really try that you're to allow or to give permission that your feet can sink into the floor. 2. And 3. Awesome. And then from here, stay with your consciousness in your feet on the connection to the floor, lifting both arms with an inhale. And with an exhale, allow that the palms of your hands are touching. Inhaling one more time, bending the elbows. And with an exhale, come into a standing Jaya Mudra, so the hands come to the back side of your heart. Your elbows have a comfortable width, so you're not restricted in your chromium process on top of your shoulders. And we're trying to really get in touch with this automatic responses and part that we have in the lower part of our brain. And we are really sending our breath into this connection and being present, finding our calming presence with the contact to our brainstem and to the floor for 1, 2, and 3. Awesome. And then from here, slowly offering the arms up with an inhale. And with an exhale, maybe your gaze stays connected to your hands. Slowly allow the arms to come into Namaste in front of your heart. And maybe you find this growing action again that happens from the floor up. And we're offering, bringing the arms up overside with an inhale. And with an exhale, we're flowing back down with a straight back. Fingertips on the floor. Let the shoulders ground. And as we are here in Uttanasana, allow that you lift yourself up halfway with an inhale. And with an exhale to ground yourself, and we're stepping with the right leg into the air, lifting it up into Vira 3. exhale, finding the shoulders released, finding your core. And then from here, with an inhale, maybe the arms can get off the floor and you're soaring here high. Both ilia pointing towards the floor, and you really have this strong straight line, toes of the back foot pointing towards the toe. And we're breathing and feeling this for 1. Backside of the head release, 2. And then slowly from here, with an exhale, coming back down with your hands onto the floor. We're letting or allowing the shoulders to ground, and then slowly stepping with the right leg to our left, walking our hands forward, grounding and releasing the knees onto the floor, and coming into child's pose. And find the ability again to couple focus and concentration with this calm as we're releasing here. And really find that this change between focus and relaxation is like a fluid movement that really interacts with each other and enhances each other. Last one. See if you can connect again to the floor, to the earth and her power. And from the backside of our heart, lead. And with an active core, as you come up with an inhale and with an exhale, come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. We're slowly walking forward to the backside of our hands. Come into Ardha Uttanasana as we lift with an inhale. And with an exhale, we're finding this solid, nice presence with our feet on the floor. And then slowly from the core, we can lift with an inhale our left leg up. Find the inside of your left leg really active, and then stay here and breathe. Try to keep the back side of the neck released. Maybe you stay here, maybe you can lift with an inhale your arms off the floor, parallel to the floor, as you're soaring here, supported from core. Right foot still pushes, and we're breathing for 1, 2, 3. And then slowly from here, see if the hands can, with control, come back to the floor. With an exhale, release the pose, keeping the shoulders grounded. And then we're coming over side, lying on the floor. And release completely for a moment. See if one hand can rest on your belly, the other hand on your heart. Maybe you can feel your heart pounding. Feel how the breath slowly settles down. And with this calm presence, really connect to this vitality of yours that radiates through the heart. And connect to this rhythmic power of yours until the breath is really totally calm. 1. 2. And 3. Very good. And then find your calm center. Slowly releasing your hands from the belly and the heart. With an inhale, allow that the arms can come up to the ceiling or overhead. Exhale where you are with your hands and arms. Feel that you're activating your legs from center. Maybe they're bending. We're inhaling here, the navel is still active. And with an exhale, slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, shoulders firmly anchored as you come back up to sitting. Super. And then over the side, We're setting both hands on the floor and stepping back into the downward dog. And we're getting ready for a longer position or some longer time in an asana. We're still working on the gallbladder meridians on the outside of our body. And as we move here and getting ready for this, we're breathing for 1, 2, and 3. Very good. Arrive here. Both feet approximately hip width apart. And with an inhale, the right leg can really ascend, float on off the floor, up to the ceiling. And with an exhale, slowly we're turning our right knee out, going into external rotation and placing it with an exhale behind our right wrist on the floor. So maybe you want to bring your right foot forward just a little bit if your hips are okay with this, if your knee is okay with that. And with an exhale, slowly allow your left knee to come towards the floor, and I really want you to be anchored with your right hip, either on the floor or on a pillow. And the left ilia can draw forward. So you're really moving also into your hip flexor on the left side. So if the left adductor group can really rotate up in an inside rotation up towards the ceiling, you have the position, and then slowly come forward and down onto your hands or maybe onto your forearms. Allow that you can really find space for breathing by widening your collarbones. And I would wish for you that you can really feel that if you're in an opening that's a little bit strenuous, so you're feeling the stretch, that you can still release the backside of the head. And if you're feeling that you're getting a little bit stressed or maybe unruly in your breathing, that you really want to calmly use your presence, the contact to the floor and the contact to your breathing, to stay at this boundary and maybe to have this healthy distance to the situation so you can find center as we're breathing. And maybe you want to stay like still without being frozen. Maybe you want to shift a little bit. And we are here for 5 deep, long breaths. We're drawing the breath up from the belly towards the top of our lungs for 1. So that you can really feel the whole torso as you're breathing 2. Very slow, deliberate, guided breathing 3. The whole lung may fill up with prana, move with prana 4. And 5. Very good. Before you're moving, feel that the head is really, really released, that you have nice contact to the floor through the hands, then flowing into the center, activating the navel, and then from this one, lifting the head up with an inhale, setting the hands with an exhale, allowing them to walk back. If you're sitting on a pillow, allow it to be removed before we're bending the left knee to the side, drawing it forward, coming into deer pose. So the right foot is resting on top of your left thigh or knee. Our right leg is in outward rotation. Our left leg is in an inside rotation. The left hip may touch the floor. That really depends on your acetabulum, your hip socket. But try to square the pelvis to the best of your abilities without having any pain on the top of your left hip. And From here we're finding our base, our foundation again, lifting with an inhale, both arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, finding our shoulders drop. And we're just walking our way in life from moment to moment, connected. And we're starting again with an inhale. The left arm leads, drawing over the horizon. With an exhale, find that you can again pull something away from the backside of your head. Extending both arms wide to the side, inhaling here. And with an exhale, allow the arms to come together, the wrists across. And we're again for this new, fresh start in our life, creating a new frame for our heart. The right wrist is in front of your left. And find that you can grow up from the solid foundation of the earth. And we're offering this presence up as we're lifting the arms with an inhale. And with an exhale, the elbows may bend and we arrive in Jaya Mudra. Wrists are still crossed, the head is free, no pain, and the acromion process on top of your shoulders. And then from here, allow that both arms can straighten again, the hands can lift to inhale. And with an exhale, allow this corkscrew action to happen as the arms and hands float down, touching the floor. As soon as the hands and fingers touch, we're pivoting to the right, freeing up the left leg, maybe left hand aids the left ankle to come forward. And we're shifting back and coming into downward dog. I would like you to arrive with me here and try to feel the backside of your hips, the contact to the floor. And as soon as we're here, feel that you can use the feet pushing into the floor, that you can use the arms and hands. And whatever steps we take each day in our growing process, I really want you to be aware and observe this, and maybe to draw this into your center and store the success stories in your hara. Maybe you want to move a little bit and feel this as you shift, so that we can create little success stories proceeding in awareness. And then we're shifting on to the other side as with an inhale, the left leg lifts. And with an exhale, allow the knee to draw forward. And again, as we did before, we're coming into pigeon, so the left knee turns out from the hip. We're going into external rotation. And with an exhale, the left knee may be placed behind your left wrist on the floor. The right straight leg may walk back. And maybe you can come with your buttock to the floor. And if this doesn't really work, fine for you. Just allow yourself to pad yourself up with a pillow, bolster, or blankets, so that you can support yourself. Right hip can turn forward just also slightly, so you can find the psoas connection there. I really want you to feel comfortable, nice and cozy. Inhale, and then with an exhale, find that you have this inside rotation of your right leg, that the adductors can draw up to the ceiling for this more squared pelvis, if your pelvis allows for this. And then we arrive here with whatever tension arises in a very calm manner. And wherever you are, on your hands, forearms, or totally sinking onto the floor, see if it's really possible to feel whatever changes in your body, so that we can, whatever we learn through the interaction with the body, also apply this to our emotional and mental life. And I'm just trying to feel what's there and see if it's too much. And if it's too much, then maybe I'm just creating a little bit of distance to it, coming higher if we're working on a physical level. And then giving myself some space and time, and then maybe going into it again. We just guarding this process or observing it with our conscious presence. As we breathe, we are at 2. And 3. Awesome. And then feel again that the head does not have to leave. Especially right now where we have not too much control due to the COVID situation. Allow the head to release. We're coming into our center, lifting from this place our whole body up as the hands walk back with an inhale. Shoulders ground. If you have something underneath your left hip, exhale and take it away as you pivot freely onto your left hip. And the right leg may come forward in a bend way, so the left foot can touch the top of your right thigh, or the top of your right knee. And again, if you need bolsters or blankets for your ankles or hips, just feel free. Also really honor the differences in your hip sockets. Maybe they're placed differently. Maybe the inside rotation on the right leg is not as easy as it was on the left. The important part is that you can grow the spine from the base up straight and wide as with an inhale you're lifting both arms up. Exhale, find the shoulders released again, and we're circling with the right arm as it draws with an inhale over the front, over the horizon. With an exhale, find again that you can go to the backside of your head and you can really take something and remove it from there. With an inhale, we can offer it up as both arms get straight, parallel to the floor. And with the next exhale, allowing the elbows to bend. Crossing again the wrists, maybe the left wrist is in front. We can bow our forehead to the heart and really put into this connection whatever we need to right now. And then offer this up with an inhale as the arms rise. Maybe we're gazing onto our hands or wrists. And with an exhale, come into Jaya Mudra, the mudra of victory, as the elbows bend and the hands drop behind your head. Stay connected to your lower belly as with an inhale, you're straightening your arms again. And with an exhale, allow the growing action to really happen just naturally as the arms drop over the side and return to the floor. Allow yourself to really feel this growing action in your body. And then allow the shoulders to ground again. Find center, navel to spine. Pivoting a little bit to the left, freeing up the right leg. And then from here, prepare yourself to roll back down onto the floor. Really find this navel connection again, to have this strong center as we're mobilizing the spine. We're inhaling, offering the arms forward and up. And with an exhale from your center, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll back down. And really see that there is this solid connection to your pelvis as you roll down, that you can create space in between the vertebrae as you roll down. And as you come and arrive here with either bent legs or legs straight, find, as we did in the beginning of the class, that you really can elongate your body. So maybe your heels move away from your pelvis. Feel also again that your collarbones can be wide, maybe the backside of your shoulders, the rotator cuff slightly activated, so that we can find really nice freedom within, from within to without to the outside world. And we have the solid base, the solid connection to earth, but at the same time enough freedom, especially if we had probably a hard day, that we can feel that we can guide ourselves from the inside out to arrive at center and to have enough space. And we can practice this each and every moment of our days to feel that whatever is going on emotionally or mentally or physically, that we can ground ourselves through the feet and find our breathing again, so that really we can flip the switch and arrive in our autonomic nervous system and start to rewire our automatic reaction and creating this distance by just pushing the pause button and becoming aware and having a choice thereby. And then I invite you to really slowly and with awareness find the contact to the body, to the floor. And wherever you are, maybe you can expand this awareness of contact so you can feel your pelvis, the shoulder girdle, the backside of your heels, backside of the heart, backside of your arms, the wrists, the fingertips. And then very consciously arrive and glide back into this calm breathing. And maybe you want to stay connected to all these areas and points in your body where you have solid contact to the floor. And then maybe we can shift to the breathing and find with awareness this exchange from the inside to the outside. And if this gets too much, just come back to the floor. And if you need the sense of that in this calmness there is movement, return to the breath. So we can really shift with our attention in between this solid, calm base. And maybe we need this contact to our exchange and inner life with breathing. So if you have any preference today in your Chapasana, either this calm floor or maybe staying with the breath, just allow your inner guidance to tell you what is suitable for you today or what you would benefit from. Stay with it. Schau du immer eher vielleicht mehr so sanft mit dem Körper schmelzt und euch ausbreitet. And see that wherever you're melting with your body, that your prana and your life energy can stay around you. And maybe with this awareness of more life force energy around you, you can feel some tensions that remain. Sometimes it's the jaw, or sometimes it's also backside of our knees, or our pelvis that's still contracted, and I really invite you to release these parts. So that we have this calmness, this awareness, and in our right now life that's constantly changing and there's a lot of movement due to COVID, that we can still find this still, calm space, the still point in our life. And I really want you to enjoy this, to unfold the breath, to recharge. So let's stay here for 4 to 5 long deep breaths, and I'm not counting, so go at your own rhythm and enjoy. And then slowly in your time, I really would like for you to move slowly, because I would like you to feel where you're actually starting to move or where you want to move. But whenever that's happening for you, I want you to return with one hand on your belly, the other hand on your heart, guarding center. Maybe you want to feel into the warmth of your hands. And feel that the presence, this being present in your own body, can really, really support others powerfully. And that we don't have to do much other than just being here calmly and in present. And that really helps other people. And feel that first we're nourishing ourselves, giving to ourselves. And this allows us to pass it on to others. And I invite you that whenever that's possible during the next days, that you probably try to really integrate this into your daily life. If you want to, and you're guided to, include a prayer for yourself or for somebody else. And so slowly bring your practice to conclusion, to completion. So just bow in front of your inner temple. It's maybe always open for you, but maybe you want to protect it so not everything can come in immediately. That's not suitable for you. Lift both arms overhead with an inhale, gathering energy, finding again that you can move and the body's alive. Maybe with an exhale, there's a yawn starting. And feel, whenever you're ready, that you can come back into a seated position, and that we're finding ourselves here. Not everyone's here, but almost. I'm not seeing everyone because some places it's a little bit dark, but that's okay. Thank you for turning on the light. Hi. And yeah, I really want you and wish for you to enjoy nature right now, so that we can really always remind ourselves that we're part of nature and that we can embrace its power and also take it in our own life. And if you go outside and you're in nature, see if you can feel the grounding through the feet, the breathing. Maybe it's not possible to do it at the same time, but maybe over time, especially if you're stressed, try if you can really feel this grounding through the feet, through the legs, and the breathing. And it's really, really a yummy thing for our cells and our consciousness to strengthen our autonomic nervous system base by this grounding and this connection to our breath. So we can release stress immediately and then it's coming with us. So have a beautiful evening. I'm really, really happy that you're here. Thank you so much for being together. Have a really nice weekend. Enjoy the nice weather. Namaste.